Well, our reporter Ayesha Ismail was following that case for us. We'll get the latest from her because there's been an update on that story. But we're also looking at the consequences of that shoot being stopped. Ronald Masinda is following that angle for us. Both of them join us live from Cape Town. Ayesha, we'll start with you on the latest.
Yes, Shahan. So what happened today was that yesterday the City of Cape Town filed those papers for an urgent application to interdict the Minister from preventing these film shoots from taking place. Then today we heard from his office that he would be opposing the City of Cape Town's application. And now we've heard there's been a new development, a rather interesting development. The Minister of Police and the City of Cape Town has reached an out-of-court settlement, and to tell us more about the details of that settlement is the City of Cape Town's JP Smith. What an interesting development.
We filed this interdict because we were very worried about what was happening. Our film industry creates about 25,000 jobs in the city, and we're doing everything we can to curtail the impact of COVID, prevent lives from being lost, but equally we have a responsibility to echo the words of the State President to prevent livelihoods from being lost. This is an important industry to us, and when the Minister arbitrarily and unlawfully instructed SAPS to prevent a film shoot from continuing, he compelled us to proceed to court to apply for an urgent interdict. That interdict is now not necessary as an agreement has been reached. And perhaps best just if I read you the agreement, it says that the Minister of Police confirms that the City of Cape Town is not precluded from issuing permits in terms of the film bylaw promulgated on 24 June. The Minister of Police confirms that M&M Images trading as Red Petal Productions and any other film production company issued with a valid permit by the City of Cape Town can continue with the film shoot activities in terms of the permit issued by them by the City of Cape Town without fear of unlawful interference by any member of the South African Police. So this is for us quite important. This means that the 11 cancellations that we've had, we've already been talking to them saying don't panic, you can proceed with those shoots. The existing shoot that was interfered with, we have repurposed. We're trying to save all these jobs, and so this was absolutely essential that we got this quickly.
So is this an acknowledgement by the National Minister of Police that he had acted unlawfully when he prevented that film shoot from taking place?
Well, the final line of the agreement says that people can proceed, the film industry can proceed without fear of unlawful interference by any member of the South African Police. So you're probably not going to get an acknowledgement of fault out of the Minister, and the State Attorney has worded something that is neutral, but that takes us forward, and that's really what's at stake here. Not brinksmanship, not one-upmanship, but the simple desire to see industry proceed, to see people safely be able to enjoy our facilities, and this is what must happen. I am, however, very concerned about the conduct of Minister Cele, because for him to issue direct operational instructions to police officers is unlawful. It's against the law. It's a serious issue. It's been reported to the Parliamentary Ethics Committee. But I think that the State President and his peers in the Cabinet need to take a serious look at what is happening and how he conducted himself in this, because this has cost money. This almost cost us 24 million rand in the film industry. That's hundreds of jobs. This shoot alone had 75 jobs attached to it and 2.9 million rand of income for a whole range of people across different racial groups. And importantly, this has now cost us money. We've agreed to settle our own costs as SAPS is settling their costs. So the actions of that man not only threatened the industry, but has now incurred costs for both the state nationally and for the city. And I would suggest that those are wasteful costs.
Thank you so much for your time, Shahan. And that was the City of Cape Town's JP Smith.
Yeah, so let's shift gears a bit and talk about how the impact this has had on the international film shoots due to take place in Cape Town. Ronald, I'm told 11 so far have been cancelled.
Yes, indeed, Shahan. Well, the industry says this behavior by Minister Cele has caused them irreparable damage. They've spoken to foreign filmmakers saying that they have raised concerns over political interference and that they are skeptical about coming to places like Cape Town to film in future. We also spoke to the executive producer of that shoot where they were barred from filming, Tony Mare, and she said that she doesn't know because today was meant to be the last day of that actual shoot, so she doesn't know when she will continue. And this has been an industry like many other industries across South Africa during the pandemic that has been going through a lot of hardship. It is an industry that depends on a lot of freelance workers, and many of those freelance workers have gone for months without being paid. So since level 4 of the lockdown, government allowed the film industry to start working and being in business, and that the film industry submitted a plan where government felt that, they were complying with COVID-19 regulations and they will adhere to those COVID-19 regulations. And of course, Cape Town and South Africa is a popular destination for filmmakers across the world, not only because of the weakened currency when it's compared to the dollars, the euros, and the British pound, but also, Shahan, the world-class film setups here in South Africa, and they've also been lauded for the kind of work that has been produced over the years. And having heard from various people from the industry, they feel that, this is high time now that such issues are addressed because many jobs are on the line. I also filed the story earlier on, Shahan, so let's take a listen and watch it.
I did try to actually reach Cele. I phoned him and I messaged him and got no response at all.
Tony Murray is still confused about why Police Minister Cele shut down her production. Murray's Red Petal Productions shoot was meant to end on Friday but was cut short, and Cele's interference could prove costly.
It's not ideal for our crew who haven't worked all the way through lockdown. I mean, these people haven't had salaries. They're all freelancers.
The South African film industry says it was given permission to reopen by government during level 4 of the lockdown. Government had even approved its comprehensive plans to ensure that COVID-19 regulations are adhered to during production.
The city of Cape Town says 11 other film shoots scheduled to take place in the city have been cancelled after Cele interfered. Commercial Producers Association member Zaid Harim says they are now finding it difficult to persuade overseas filmmakers to invest in South Africa.
It's not just the loss of revenue for these shoots, it's everything that comes along with that. This will have a knock-on effect abroad. I have had international clients call me to ask me what the situation is.
The weak rand, picturesque locations and world-class crews have made Cape Town and in turn South Africa an ideal destination for foreign filmmakers. But all that could now be in jeopardy. Ronald Masinda, Cape Town.